understand a topic from Chapter 8, Useful and Harmful Microbes, Module 2. In the previous module, we have studied about Lactobacilli and Rhizobium. Lactobacilli are the useful microorganisms which are added to the eatables which help to improve our immunity. And the use of Rhizobium has helped to reduce the use of chemical fertilizers and thereby their adverse effects. In this module, we will study about yeast and antibiotics in detail. First, we will understand about yeast. Yeast belongs to the kingdom fungi. In our daily breakfast, we have bread, idli, dhokla, dosa from the fermented batter, which consists of useful microorganisms or microbes. For example, for making bread, we use yeast. Let us do one activity. Bring active dry yeast from the market. Mix a spoonful of yeast, 2 spoonfuls of sugar with a sufficient quantity of lukewarm water in a bottle. Fix a colorless, transparent balloon on the mouth of that bottle. What changes do you observe after 10 minutes? You will observe that the balloon is filled with gas. Now mix lime water with the gas accumulated in the balloon. Collect that lime water in a beaker and observe it. What do you notice? The lime water turns white in color. Now take a drop of the solution from the bottle on a glass slide. Put a cover slip over it and observe it under the compound microscope. You will observe oval cells of yeast on the slide. Some of those cells may have small round bodies attached to them. These are new daughter cells of yeast in the process of formation. Yeast is a heterotrophic fungal growth that grows on carbon compounds. This method of asexual reproduction is called budding. The yeast cell is eukaryotic type of cell. Yeast is a unicellular fungus with 1,500 different species in existence. In the above experiment, yeast grows and multiples very quickly due to carbon compounds in the sugar solution. In the process of obtaining nutrition, his cell converts the carbohydrates in that solution into alcohol and carbon dioxide. This process is called fermentation. Students, now let us understand how is bread made. Ingredients for making bread are all-purpose flour, that is maida, ghee, salt, milk and yeast. Steps of making bread are as shown in a picture. First, all the ingredients are mixed together in a bowl for making dough. Then leave the dough and knead it. After some time, the dough rises because of fermentation. Then give the desired shape to the dough and leave for some time. Students, you will observe the dough rises again and then keep for baking. After baking, remove the bread. Now it is ready for eating purpose. Students, often alcohol is produced along with sugar in sugar factories. Molasses is produced from sugarcane juice. It is rich in carbohydrates. Molasses is fermented with the help of yeast called Saccharomyces. In this process, alcohol is produced as a primary product and ester and other alcohol as secondary products. Spirit and other alcohols can be obtained from ethanol. Ethanol is also a smokeless and high-quality fuel. Besides molasses, maize, barley and other grains are also used for industrial production of ethanol. Glucose and fructose, the sugars present in grape juice, are also fermented with the help of yeast to produce the alcohol, which is used for making wines. Students, ethanol is a biofuel obtained primarily from sugarcane. Blending of ethanol with petrol reduces dependence on fossil fuel and helps the environment. I repeat, ethanol is a biofuel obtained primarily from sugarcane. The government had set a target of 10% of ethanol per liter of petrol. Ethanol is blended through a separate pumping and metering mechanism. Once blended, ethanol cannot be separated from petrol. Now next, we will understand about bioremediation. Bioremediation is a process used to treat contaminated media including water, soil and subsurface material by altering environmental conditions to stimulate growth of microorganisms and degrade the target pollutants. In other words, Bioremediation is a branch of biotechnology that employs the use of living organisms like microbes and bacteria in the removal of contaminants, pollutants, and toxins from soil, water, and other environments. The yeast Yarovia lipolytica is used to absorb the toxin released during the production of palm oil and the heavy metals and minerals released in some other industrial process. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is used for absorption of a pollutant arsenic. Oil spills in oceans are cleaned with the help of Alkanivorax bacteria. Now next we will understand about antibiotics. Students, carbon compounds obtained from some bacteria and fungi for destroying or preventing the growth of harmful microorganisms are called antibiotics. I repeat, carbon compounds obtained from some bacteria and fungi for destroying or preventing the growth of harmful microorganisms are called antibiotics. Antibiotics, a discovery of 20th century, have brought about a revolution in the field of medicine. Even a disease like tuberculosis has been almost completely eradicated from some countries. Antibiotics mainly act against bacteria. Some antibiotics can destroy protozoa. There are two types of antibiotics. First is broad spectrum antibiotics and next is narrow spectrum antibiotics. Broad spectrum antibiotics. Some antibiotics are useful against a wide variety of bacteria. They are called broad spectrum antibiotics. I repeat, some antibiotics are useful against a wide variety of bacteria. They are called broad spectrum antibiotics. When the pathogen cannot be identified, even though the symptoms are visible, broad spectrum antibiotics are used. For example, ampicillin, amoxicillin, tetracycline. And whenever a pathogenic microorganism is definitely known, then narrow spectrum antibiotics are used. These antibiotics is only able to kill or inhibit limited species of bacteria. For example, penicillin, gentamicin, erythromycin. The National Institute of Virology, established in 1952 in Pune, undertakes research related to diseases like measles, jaundice, fever, and diseases of the lungs with support from the World Health Organization. Now, let us see points to remember. Yeast is a heterotrophic fungal microbe that grows on carbon compounds. Yeast is a unicellular fungus with 1,500 species in existence. Molasses is fermented with the help of yeast called Saccharomyces. Oil spills in oceans are cleaned with the help of Alkanivorax bacteria. Carbon compounds obtained from some bacteria and fungi for destroying or preventing the growth of harmful microorganisms are called antibiotics. There is a short homework for you. First question is define antibiotics. Second is write the different uses of yeast. Third is write the uses of Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Fourth is explain the types of antibiotics with examples. Thank you.